Yo, what's up? We're back with another episode of the No Money Spent. Today's the big one. We're gonna finish up a live series collections. We actually didn't do any other content, so it's pretty much just finishing up the collections, but there's obviously new content that dropped, so we have a lot of other stuff to talk about. But let's just get right into the collections, because that's the main thing for today. Actually, before we get into collections, let's go to marketplace transactions. So again, there's a lot of stuff that dropped, but as far as marketplace transactions go, showing off our completed orders. So we picked up just the last two players that we needed. Otani, got him at 584K, which definitely a lot. You know, collections I feel like were very expensive this year, but we get Otani at 584. We got Tatis at 133, which I guess is a fine price. There's a roster update next week too, so who knows if any of these players get upgraded or downgraded, but whatever happens, happens. The next thing we have is the investments that we pretty much took place in. So we sold off, well, first of all, a couple of episodes ago, I said we bought pretty much 15 of each of the third inning bosses. So we bought them around, I think 18K, 18.5K. Can I show off that history? Yeah, so we bought them around 18 to 18.5K, I think was maybe the most we spent. We got 15 of each of Gagne, Bernie, and Trevor Story, and then we sold them today for around 23K. You know, maybe some in the high 22Ks. So they didn't necessarily go as high as I wanted them to go, but we still made profit out of them. Out of like all the cards that we had, we might have made around 100K. So nothing crazy, but we still take the profits. Like right now, they are, let's see, right now they're like 18.3K. So we sold it at the right time, even 21K for Story, and then Bernie's at 20K. I do think they will shoot up though in like a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. So at least one of them might double up. Just don't know which one that might be. But like I said, we made pretty much 100K from that little investment. So we're gonna finish up collections, and we got 223K left over. And pretty much now, you know, I feel like the rest of the game's easy because we don't really spend our stubs anyways on stuff. It's just pretty much on collections. So we'll have more collections. We'll just be saving up our stubs for more collections pretty much. But let's just get right into these. So we finally finished these off. Again, you know, we spent a lot for Otani, but you know, we had to finish that. So we get Fernando Valenzuela, 92 overall. Honestly, we might use him. You know, he's still a good card, I would say. Good hit per nine, K per nine numbers, has the pitcher clutch, screwball, fastball, curve, and circle change. You know, we got weekend classic this week. Maybe we throw him out there. Who knows? But we get Fernando, and then for the Padres, we're gonna get Trevor Hoffman, which Hoffman might not be a bad option either. He has the pitcher clutch, hit per nine, K per nine numbers are pretty good, and circle change, fastball, cutter, slider, curveball. Good pitch mix. That circle change always pretty effective. So we get Hoffman, and then we get the NL West, which is Chase Headley. So Headley, I guess right now there's better cards. You know, if you got Chase Headley early on in the year, then that probably would have been much better. Right now, he's good against righties. The clutch isn't that great. He has good defense, good speed. Honestly, we might not even use this card, but we still pick him up. And, you know, it's a second half hero card, which we do technically need for, you know, the next big collection that's going to come out. And then we finally finish up the National League. So that's going to give us Gil Hodges and probably our first baseman, I would assume. You know, a 99 overall, why would we not play him? I just hope his swing's good. I've used him a little bit in co-op here and there, but not a lot. So Gil Hodges, 102 contact versus righties, 120 versus lefties, 107 power versus righties, 102. On paper, this card's ridiculous. So it's just all about the swing pretty much. But yeah, this is a really good card. So, you know, he'll be in our lineup for sure. And then, you know, we get the big one, and we're getting some extra stubs back, but we finally get Carlos Beltran. It did take a little longer than I thought it might have taken, but that's just because there's all these other side collections that for whatever reason we work towards. And then, collection or live series cards just didn't go down in price. The big ones went up in price over time. So that hurt a little bit. We definitely could have saved a lot of stubs if we picked up like Otani and Judge in the first couple weeks of the release of the game. But still, we get Carlos Beltran. Really, really good card. 112 contact versus righties and lefties. 100 power versus righties. 103 versus lefties. 114 clutch. Got the diamond tier defense. 92 speed. We get our end game center fielder. And I just hope we do really well with this card, because if not, that would kind of suck. But Beltran is typically a very solid card. So we finish up the collections. And what am I doing? I can't even collect cards right now. We finish up the live series collection. Carlos Beltran joins the squad. So that's a big one. But we're actually not done with collections, because we did finish up another collection, and that is the Moonshot collection. So pretty much a few episodes ago, we packed Candelario. So we're just going to hold on to that card. Going for around 98 to 108K right now. He actually went down since we got him, but still, a solid card. I guess we'll just keep him over getting Mullins or Bichette. And now I feel like there's better. I'd rather have Derek Jeter from the fourth inning program XP reward path. So yeah, I don't need Bichette, but we picked up the remaining cards that we needed. Jack Peterson, Lou Brock, whoever else it was, some of the lower end guys, these 89 overalls. And we finished up the Moonshot collection. So on top of getting Carlos Beltran, we get another outfielder, Byron Buxton. And this card is also really good. 92 contact versus righties, 101 versus lefties, 102 power versus righties, 90 versus lefties, 100 clutch. So this card, really, really nice. Next, we have other stuff to work towards too. We'll be getting some players for this pipeline pass program. Not really in a rush to do it. As always, we'll just play along, and whenever we get the free packs, we'll save them for these pipeline pass ones, and hopefully over time we pack enough stuff to make this as cheap as possible for us. But I do know we're gonna need at least Vladdy or someone else, I believe. Vladdy or Schwarber, and they're going for like 200K. So again, it'll be a while until we get this collection done, but you probably need to get it done for, the next big collection, the Legend and Flashback collection that is going to drop, I think, next Friday. So we got some more work to do, but we will make that progress. We'll go over everything when the time comes, but I feel like I'm like 60, 70% ready for that collection. But we do have stubs to work with. And we also have other stuff, like a lot of content that dropped that we're going to be getting a lot of packs back. So we'll be working towards this collection right here. We got the Spotlight series. So Tarek Skubal is the Lightning card. And then the Retro is Bryce Harper. Another great card, another outfielder. Not that we necessarily need one because we just got two, but still a disgusting card. You got Jacob Wilson. Great. This shortstop card's ridiculous, actually. So this is a great card. And then you'll get the May Spotlight stuff. So these guys, if we can pack some of them throughout the program, that would be nice. And then we still probably will try to pick up these April ones too for Santana, even though we don't need him. Because I feel like Grandal is just as good. He's been really good for us. But we're going to need Spotlight cards, so we will make that progress and try to get these along the way. So that's kind of what's next for us, is to get cards we don't necessarily need, but we need to finish up for bigger collections. So we'll catch up a little bit now that we, can just actually save our stubs and, don't have to worry about live series collection. Again, this is where the game gets easy, because now anything we pack that's a live series, it's free stubs, because we're going to be getting a lot of duplicates. So yeah, we'll work towards that stuff. The innings, we still got to work towards that. That just dropped. So Derek Jeter, Hank Greenberg, and Nolan Ryan are the rewards. Team Affinity, we'll work towards the Color Storm stuff. There's double XP and parallel XP. So this would be the weekend to pretty much get this done and get as much progress as you can. So I would work towards that. And then, like I said, we'll be working towards the player spotlight. They drop these cornerstone cards that we have to work towards, and then the pipeline pass program, Lou Gehrig Day program, even the Sammy Sosa. So a lot of this stuff, mainly like these two programs and the spotlight program, that'll probably be done in the next episode in whatever pack we end up getting. We probably will have a lot of packs for that one, but yeah, we have a lot of stuff to do, but I was waiting for everything to drop at one time so we can work on everything together at one time, make it a little bit easier, and I feel like overall save some time. Any conquest boards we have to do, we'll do this pinstripe one. I think there's a diamond quest to do, a showdown to do. So we'll do all that. Now, we do have some packs, nothing crazy. We're not even going to open up these because we're going to hopefully wait to see if maybe these pipeline pass ones get in here. They still haven't dropped the Moonshot ones in the Premier Pack. So we're just holding on to those, hoping we get it. But this Ultra one we did get from the third inning XP reward path. The little loop. My only spin in that loop, and we got that. So that was kind of nice. But yeah, we got that Ultra right there. We'll hold on to it, kind of wait. And yeah, let's just open up these 6 show packs really quick. But as we open these up, let me know what you guys are working on, where you guys are at with collections. Finishing up live series collections. Like I said, it took a while, but we finally get it done. But we also took our time, and we played things smart because we still have a lot of stubs left over. And we approached it the right way. Like, that's how we work towards things. So nothing in that show pack or those show packs. Headliners right here. These were actually free headliners. So if you go to, I think, codes.theshow.com, they have codes for headliners and these pipeline pass ones. And actually those show packs were free too, as a matter of fact. So I'll put the codes on the screen. I don't know if they still work or not. The site wasn't really effective, I don't think. But we got pack 15, which I don't even know who's in this pack. And we don't even get a diamond anyways. And now we got the pipeline pass. So you're only supposed to get one of them with those codes, but for whatever reason, I got 3 of them. Not complaining. I think because I was entering them while like the server was bugged. But we'll take what we can get. Hopefully we can pack a nice diamond out of these. We get the catcher, which is Austin Hedges. Honestly, probably the worst cards I've ever seen because it's pretty much a defensive card. This is literally a bronze card. Like, this is crazy to make this an 88 overall diamond. We do got 2 more of these though. If we can get that Schwarber card, that would be huge. Nah, they trolling, bro. They are trolling, giving me 2 Austin Hedges. That is crazy. I mean, we will obviously sell that. If I hit the trifecta right here, I'm losing it. All right, we get a shortstop, at least a little bit better. Tim Anderson, still probably the cheapest one. So, I mean, those weren't anything great. But again, we'll try to save these in hopes that they end up dropping, those pipeline pass cards in here. I still don't know why the Moonshot ones are not in here because that would be nice. They're in these ones, so if I really wanted to, I could open up, but we'll wait for the pipeline pass because I don't need these for collection purposes. So yeah. Wait, these are only 1 player and then these are 5. Oh, I wouldn't even open these. I would not even open these if I had the chance, because why would I want 1 player when these give you 5? Yeah, these aren't good. These aren't good. We'll have to think about that one. But hopefully, like I said, we're waiting for the pipeline pass. Anything else? I guess not. I guess we can show off like our overall team now with those upgrades. I still like Dominguez and I still like Griffey. So it's kind of hard to replace them. But we'll have to do something like this, where oh, I forgot about Gil. I forgot about Gil. I'm not really sure how we're gonna do our outfield. because you can play here. Who cares if you're out of position? We got Gil Hodges now. I really don't know. We'll have to see with other cards coming in, but this is the general idea. This is probably our weekend classic team, to be honest. And if we probably finish up the the spotlight stuff and some of the programs before we get into weekend classic. So we might have a new shortstop or second baseman by then, maybe even DH. It's gonna be hard to replace Stan Musial because he's been our day one from the beginning and he's been great for us throughout the year. But we might be getting better cards here soon, so we're gonna have to make that change. But yeah, our team looks really good. Our rotation looks pretty solid, and then our bullpen will mix and match it a little bit here and there. But the team's set. The team's set for right now. And again, we finish up the live series collections. We get Carlos Beltran and even Buxton, another collection reward. Gil Hodges, So again, let me know where you guys are at with collections and what other collections you might be working towards too. We'll have a lot more content stuff completed in the next episode. So we'll probably have a lot of packs then. And hopefully we pack something good. You never know. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions about anything, let me know. We'll definitely answer them. But until the next one, thank you guys for watching. I'm out.